Well, good morning. Super Bowl Sunday pregame square body showdown. So, I'm a Ford guy, but the first pickup truck I ever owned was a Chevy Stepside. And square bodies are huge in diecast, so I have a few. But these recent pickups, the Auto World Muscle Trucks 1980 Chevy Custom Deluxe Stepside, is awesome. Well, we'll see how awesome it is. And we're going to compare it to the M2, this AutoZone exclusive Duralast set. What is that? There's some information there. It doesn't say how many it's limited to, not that I can see. I never really worry about limited or special edition. I open everything. So there's two trucks in here. The 1973 Chevrolet Cheyenne Super 10 in white, that's the Fleetside, and the 1976 GMC High Sierra 15 Stepside gray. This is a brand new set, 2020 copyright. I picked this up, I don't know, a week or two ago. I had seen this on Big Dat Pacino's page, and anytime I had gone to AutoZone, I didn't even see Diecast, so I didn't think I'd have a chance on finding this, and I actually found two of them. So I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to leave the other one in package for a while. That may be, for trade or something like that later on. Now, always with the M2, there's a lot of screws, a lot of fiddling around. I pre-opened this so there would be fewer screws. Because nobody wants to watch me unscrew a truck for, 5 minutes. So I took the 4 screws out of the bottom of the lift so that I can get that truck off of the lift easier. And then just these 2 on the bottom of the base. And luckily for me, I have 2 screwdrivers, so I don't have to go chasing that one that took a little turn. With M2s, there is always screws for the bases, but the other good thing that I hope we don't have to do here is that with M2s, if you don't have a lot of M2s, the M2s are all screwed bases, so you can actually take the cars and trucks apart. And if you watch Ron's Muscle Car Diecast from the Philippines, he's done some interesting videos on the M2 square bodies where he will do base swaps, where he'll take the body from one and he'll either take a lifted truck and swap the body for a slammed truck or a stock truck. M2s are customizable in that respect, that if you have a few M2s, you can swap them around. So there's the Fleetside in white, and here we go with the Stepside on the left. And so I think I have one other of these lifts, from the model kit Ford truck I did. And that one's gray. I'll show you that one in a minute. Well, in a few minutes. It's more about the trucks than the lifts. And the lifts could be used for a diorama, like a garage set. Even though they're not screwed, you could put the truck up there, like you're doing a garage scene. So the first one I want to take a look at is I want to compare the two Stepsides. So let's get this Auto World off the card. It's like shelling peanuts. All right. So we'll take a quick look at the M2 first. Very nice lensed headlights, separate chrome bumpers. Let's see which engine they put underneath this. All right, so they put the stock Chevy 350 in there instead of, sometimes you'll see they'll put in the LS motor, sort of a Corvette. So this is pretty much a stock truck. Duralast is their store brand for car batteries. And if you've seen the new Bruce Willis commercials there, but a little bit of metal flake to the gray, which is nice. The interior is blue. The doors don't open, but the hood does. So metal base with the plastic off-road suspension and these 3 screw things to mount it to the. And that looks nice. I mean, because that looks like the front differential looks very close to, something real. The back looks realistic. The rear taillights painted. This is a GMC, but I had a Chevy version of this. This is, I believe, a 76, and I had 1981. The bed depth is shallow here. I've mentioned before on other people's videos, these Stepside trucks actually had wood beds, which would be tough to do. I mean, I guess I could paint it. So this is pretty nice. Nice details, nice paint job, nice chassis, a good weight to it. Now let's take a look at the Auto World. Now the Auto World has an aftermarket front brush guard with winch and off-road lights, but you can see the nicely painted details there. Turn indicators, there's the C10 badge. I owned a Stepside, and you see where that has that turn indicator marker there? Yeah, there and there. I'd have to look at pictures of mine. I don't remember if mine actually had that. This has a license plate. The bumper is done very well here. The Chevrolet script. Yeah, they both compare very well. Red interior here on the Auto World. Let's see if we can get that hood open. Every Auto World truck I have has an opening hood. Let's see if we can get that open without damaging the brush guard. There we go. And again, a nicely painted, detailed Chevy 350 in there. Very nice tires. I think that BF Goodrich, not sure. Metal body, metal base. The Auto World weighs a little more. Now, Auto World has done a nice job of molding this chassis and doing a lift. But it looks, this is one of those rare moments where, Auto World, from dead on the bottom, it looks okay. But looking here and seeing how that's just a monolithic block of metal as opposed to the M2. Again, not wood, but you can see the strips there that would be between the planks of wood. The depth on this bed is a little better. And of course, Auto World, the tailgate goes up and down flawlessly. Let's just check real quick. For scale, they're close. Auto World is true 164. M2 is known for being just slightly large for scale. But not dwarfing. So very close. I'm going to give the nod to Auto World, but just slightly. Let's put the Stepsides back. Like I said, I had the Stepside. Mine did not have an 8-cylinder. Mine had a straight 6. So there is a lot of room underneath these hoods. This particular square body, C and K10 trucks, were made from 1973 until 1991, technically. Although in 1988, they came out with the next edition and actually sold those trucks side by side on dealer lots for a few years. So primarily from 1973 to 1988, but 89, 90, 91, you could still get the square bodies brand new. So let's take a look at the Fleetside. Now, mine was white like this. Mine was an 81. So this is very nice. I like the chrome strip on the tailgate. M2, the tailgate does not go down. The bed is a little shallow. But the chrome strip here at the back of the cab, all the nice details. Again, they do nicely with the bases. I wonder if there's a way to trim that piece out. Probably not. 2020 Crestline, 73 Chevrolet truck used under license. Lensed headlights, nice details. The bright red interior. Mine was white with the black dashboard and blue seats. Mine was a very basic work truck. It was the 6-cylinder, automatic, 4-wheel drive. Again, just a standard Chevy 350 underneath there. It was so funny. The little 6-cylinder that I had, I could sit on the inner fender well to change the spark plugs on this truck. There was that much room. You could fit anything from the small inline 6 that I had up to the 454 cubic inch V8 in these trucks. They were versatile. They were durable. I mean, I've always been a Ford guy, but this was the first pickup I owned. I bought it used from my job. Bought it cheap, drove it for a few years, sold it for more than I paid for it. So let's compare, again, the Motor World, the M2 to the Auto World. Now, they're different years. This one's a 73. I don't recall what year they said this one was. But then again, in a given year, you'd see different trim levels. And nice stock Chevy 350. Beautiful painted details. You would think that the M2 would get the nod because of the inserted details and because of the suspension. And it really is that close. M2 has done a phenomenal job. Now, I just watched Diecast. He did a video yesterday where he showed all of his latest M2 square bodies. Dan is from Romania and has an outstanding channel and a phenomenal diecast collection of M2, Auto World, Greenlight, TLV, Mini GT, and he opens everything. Doesn't matter whether it's a chase or not. He has a phenomenal collection, and generously shows us all of those vehicles. Now, three-way. So we have M2 Auto World, and the only green light square body I have to this point, and this is a 1981 GMC Fleetside. This was from a Truck Jamboree 4-pack, 81 GMC Sierra Classic 1500 used under license, and the 4 square headlights, and the hood does not open on the green light. The details are nice. The tailgate does not open. It does have a trailer hitch. This one has tires that are just a little too wide. The details are nice. So they do the sliding rear window. But all of the badges and the tampo work are nice. Since this is a two-wheel drive, we'll compare it to the two-wheel drive Auto World. And so this is an 81 and this is a 73, I believe. Let's see, does it say there? I'm sorry, 75? I think the license plate says 75 Chevy. But it's so tough to tell the difference on these trucks over the years. Basically, headlights and grills changed. The interiors got more plush as the years went by. But from 1973, as I said, until 1988, you could hardly tell GMC from Chevy and what year it was. So these M2s are phenomenal. But even without the lensed inserts, the Auto World, they get the win. The M2s can be expensive. These AutoZone ones can be tough to get. So, the green light, this was part of a four truck set. So the price per truck on this one wasn't too bad. But green light are generally a mail order thing. There's only a few stores that actually carry them in store. I've seen people peg hunt. I know Hobby Lobby in the United States carries them on the pegs. I have been told that Walmart does, but I've never seen green light in my Walmart. I've also heard that Target does. Also, hobby dealers do. So green light can be a little expensive and not quite as good with the square bodies, in my opinion, as the other two companies. M2 are available, not this set, but M2 are generally available in Walmarts and other stores. And the prices are, $7 to $10. These two were actually a $20 set, $10 per truck because they're AutoZone exclusives. But I've said it before, and I know that we're very fortunate here in the United States, especially apparently me and my local Walmart. The Auto World, the Auto World on the pegs are about $5. Now, if you have to chase one online, you're going to pay at least that $5 plus shipping. But if you're able to get them locally, they are the bargain of the bunch. And as long as you're not going crazy, being a completionist, if you're patient, I found these two on the pegs. This one, I believe I got from Surplus Goodies on eBay for a very reasonable price and quickly. It came here quick. The AutoZones, again, I picked up in store, no bargain, but nice. And the green light, I can never get green light low. Well, not never. I was able to get one at Hobby Lobby quite a while ago. So enjoy the game if you're in the United States and you're into it. Go Kansas City. Be safe. Stay warm. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Dan, I know this is the day after you did your video, but you know, and I know Dan has ordered his AutoZone set, but because of shipping to Europe, it's going to take him a little longer. I want to thank Big Dat Pacino for even letting me know that these existed. He got them a month or so ago, and I remember commenting like, my AutoZone never has these. They don't even have Diecast. And I think it was 2 days later I walked in to get some washer fluid, and there they had two of them. So again, you know, the other day I was bitching that my Walmart has nothing, but I walk into AutoZone and I find two exclusives. I walk into GameStop for the first time ever, and I find 3 GameStop exclusives. Maybe I should quit bitching about how unlucky I am. Apparently I've been very lucky recently. So again, like, share, subscribe. Have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.